Students, in this video we will discuss about the cerebellum. The cerebellum lies in the posterior cranial fossa behind the pons and medulla. This is the brainstem, midbrain, pons and medulla. It is separated from the cerebrum by a fold of dura mater, which is called as the tentorium cerebellar. Anteriorly, the fourth ventricle intervenes between the cerebellum behind and the pons and medulla in front. Part of the cavity of the ventricle extends into the cerebellum as a transverse cleft. This cleft is bounded superiorly by the superior medullary velum, a lamina of white matter. Now the external features of the cerebellum. The cerebellum and the parts of the cerebellum consist of a part lying in the midline called as the vermis because of resemblance with the worm-like appearance, and two lateral cerebellar hemisphere. Now surfaces of the cerebellum, it has two surfaces, superior and the inferior. You can see this picture is showing the superior surface of cerebellar hemisphere, and this picture is showing the inferior surface of cerebellar hemispheres. On the superior surface, the vermis merges with the hemisphere. On the inferior surface, two hemispheres are separated by a deep depression which is called as the valliculum. The vermis lies in the depth of this depression. On the each side, vermis separated from the corresponding cerebellar hemisphere by a paramedian sulcus. Now the fissures and the lobe of cerebellum. The surface of the cerebellum marked by a series of fissures that runs more or less parallel to one another. These fissures subdivide the surface of cerebellum into narrow leaf-like bands, which is called as folia. The long axis of these folia transverse. The section right angle to this axis have a characteristic tree-like appearance, arbor vitae. Some of the fissures on the surface of the cerebellum deeper than the other. They divide the cerebellum into lobes. You can see in this picture, we will discuss about the deepest fissure. One is the primary fissure, it running transversely across the superior surface. The posterolateral fissure, this is the posterolateral fissure, and the horizontal fissure. This is the horizontal fissure which divides into upper and lower half. The primary and posterolateral fissure divide the cerebellum into three lobes. This is the primary, and on the inferior surface this one was the posterolateral. They divide cerebellum into three lobes. The part anterior to primary fissure is anterior lobe. This is the anterior lobe. The part between the anterior and posterolateral fissure is the posterior lobe. So this is the posterior lobe. The posterior lobe extends on both superior and inferior surface. On the superior surface, this part included in the posterior lobe, and on the inferior surface, this is the part of posterior lobe. The remaining part is the flocculonodular lobe, which present on the inferior surface, which is not visible into this specimen. The vermis is so called because it resembles with a worm. Proceeding from above downward, it is subdivided into many parts, and each subdivision of worm is related laterally to the part of hemisphere. So hemisphere also divides into various lobes. So subdivisions of the vermis correspond to the subdivisions of the cerebellar hemisphere. The biventral lobule lateral to the pyramid. These are two biventral lobules. They lie lateral to the pyramid, which is a part of vermis called as the tonsil. These are two tonsils. In this specimen, you can clearly see the folias, uvula, tonsils, the interior of the cerebellum. We can see it is made up of grey matter and the white matter. The grey matter is in the form of thin sheet layer which covering the central white core. Few aggregations of grey matter embedded in the white matter are the cerebellar nuclei. We can appreciate the dentate nucleus here in this section. 4 nuclei are situated, or 4 nuclei present from lateral to medial side. Largest is the dentate nucleus, then the ambulliform, globose, and here almost in the midline the vestigial nucleus. In this section we can appreciate only dentate nucleus. Now the white matter of the cerebellum. The central core of each cerebellar hemisphere is formed by the white matter. The cerebellar peduncle are in connection with this white matter. Two surfaces connected by a thin lamina of fibers which closely related to the roof of fourth ventricle as a superior medullary vellum.